To start off, prepare your basic back torso block and prepare a sufficient amount of pattern paper. And place and trace the back torso block onto your paper. Trace the first back dart as well. And do not trace the second back dart. For the second back dart, we will transfer its value right exactly on the side back of the back bodice. From the side back at the waist, mark in the value of your second dart. From this mark, draw a slant line blending towards the side seam at the underarm. From the side seam at the underarm, mark down 2 centimeters. From this mark in 0.6 centimeter. From this mark, draw a slant line blending towards the waist. From the bust line at the center back, mark down 2 centimeters. Next, cut out the basic back bodice from your paper. Next, fold one of the dart legs of the bodice. And close the back dart permanently with a tape. Next, connect the mark at the underarm to the mark at the center back, drawing a semi-curved line for the back neckline. And now you can cut out the back pattern from your paper. And this is the back pattern. Since this pattern is only a toile for me, I only put sewing allowances at the center back, neckline, and the side seam. For the waist, I did not put any sewing allowance. Next, prepare your front Origami Bustier pattern. To those who are new to my channel, I have a separate tutorial for the pattern making of the Origami Bustier top, so better check this tutorial out on my YouTube channel. Next, prepare yourself a sufficient amount of pattern paper and place the Origami Bustier pattern on your paper. And trace the outlines of the original pattern to replicate it. And do not forget to trace the bust line, the center front line, and the location of the fold line. And by the way, this eye shape near the side seam is a dart, and we need this for later once we are going to fold everything. For all corners of the pattern, I've put 1 centimeter of sewing allowance. For the eye-shaped dart, I've put 0.6 centimeter of sewing allowance, and I left the bust dart without any sewing allowance. Next, fold the left leg of the bust dart and temporarily close the dart going towards the right leg of the dart. Using a tracing wheel, trace at the waist to get the triangular shape at the bottom of the dart. Next, draw the trace marks. And now our shell pattern is complete. And draw in the grain line indication for the pattern. The first pattern here has a 1 centimeter of sewing allowance at the bust dart, and this pattern is for the lining, and we will sew the dart according to its sewing allowance. For the shell pattern at the bust dart, when it's sewing time, we will only fold the dart in one direction to also get the origami effect. So this is the lining pattern, and this is the shell pattern. And the eye-shaped dart for the lining and the shell should have the same sewing allowance. And these are the complete patterns for the Origami Bustier top. For this tutorial, I will be using this nylon fabric. To cut the patterns on the fabric, make it sure that the fabric is folded twice. Next, I will place my shell pattern on the fabric and make it sure that the pattern is parallel with the selvage part of the fabric. And I will also place the lining pattern right beside the shell pattern and make it sure that the pattern is parallel with the grain line indication of the shell pattern. Next, poke the bust point of each shell and lining pieces using a pin. Do this procedure as well on each eye-shaped dart of the shell and the lining. Next, flip the patterns on the other side. Using a tailor's chalk, mark the bust points and eye-shaped darts like so. Next, notch on the important lines like the bust line, the dart legs of the shell, the center front line of the lining, and the location of the fold lines of the shell and the lining. Before removing the patterns, do not forget to mark in the bust points and the eye-shaped darts. Because my nylon fabric is lightweight, I am going to use this hair cloth interfacing to stabilize my shell and lining pieces. If you are using a heavy fabric, it is not required to use interfacing anymore. And as you can see, I have placed the interfacing at the wrong side of the fabric for each shell and lining pieces. Now that I have fused the interfacing to my shell and lining pieces, it is time to sew the darts off the lining pieces. Face the seam darts from right side to right side and then pin at the wrong side. And insert a pin at the bust point. This is an indication where we should stop stitching. And start sewing the seam darts off the lining pieces. Once you are done sewing the seam darts, finger press the seam open and press the seam darts using your steam iron for a clean finish. And these are the sewn seam darts of the lining pieces. For the shell darts, we will draw lines on one of the dart legs until the bust point on each shell piece. Draw these lines using a tailor's chalk only on the outer dart legs of each shell piece as shown. Next, from these lines that we drew, press this line using your steam iron, but press it not beyond the bust point. And these are the lines when pressed. Next, fold these lines and place it toward the dart notches at the waist. And pin at the waist to hold the folds. Next, sew at the waist to permanently hold the folds in place. And this is how the folded darts of the shell pieces look like. Next, get your lining pieces again. At the top part on the fold line notches, draw lines until the eye-shaped dart marks using a tailor's chalk. We will use these lines later for folding. Next, I will place my lining pieces on top of my shell pieces, facing them right side to right side together. And pin the lining and the shell pieces together at the neckline. Next, I am going to sew the lining and shell pieces together at the neckline according to my sewing allowance. Before I press the seams open, I'm going to press at the stitch line first to lock in the stitch line on my garment. After that, I am going to press the seams open. And press the seams at the right side as well. And lastly, I'm going to press the seams close to get a crisp finish at the neckline. And this is how the neckline looks like after sewing and pressing. Next, pin the outline of the lining and shell, combining them together. And sew the outline to permanently combine the lining and the shell. Next, turn the garment at the lining side and hand sew the fold line, creating a visible running stitch. We need this stitched line to be also visible at the shell side, and sew only until the eye-shaped dart marks. And this is how the running stitch lines look like on the shell side. We need these visible stitch lines to guide us where we are going to fold to achieve the origami effect. Next, bring your garments to your ironing board. From the lining side, fold the stitch lines outward and give it a press but not beyond the eye-shaped dart. And this is how the lines look like once it's pressed. Next, let's work on the eye-shaped dart. Grab the eye-shaped dart and pin it from wrong side to wrong side as shown, and pin it until the mark that we did earlier. And sew the dart until the mark. Next, press the dart open. And press the seams at the lining side as well. Next, close the dart and press it once more for a clean finish. And this is how the eye-shaped darts look like. Next, place the folds of the garment to the fold line marks at the waist and pin everything in place, including at the waist and at the side seam to combine everything. Next, sew at the waist until the side seam to permanently combine the folds, the lining, and the shell. Next, get your original pattern and get the measurement of the triangular extension at the center front. And mark this measurement on your garment. And get the measurement of the center front line until the neckline. And mark this measurement again on your garment. Next, connect these marks using a tailor's chalk and a ruler, creating a straight line. Next, get the second piece of your garment and face each piece from wrong side to wrong side and pin both pieces at the line. Next, sew this line permanently, combining the pieces together. No need to press, just open the triangular seam open and pin at the waist. And sew the triangular extension permanently at the waist. For the back, I have already prepared and cut the pattern on my fabric. For the shell, I have already fused them with interfacing, and the lining pieces stay as it is. Next, prepare the back shell pieces and place them right side to right side with the bustier top. Next, sew the back shell pieces together with the bustier top on the side seams. Next, flip the garment on the lining side and place the back lining pieces facing them right side to right side. And sew again the back lining pieces together with the bustier top on the side seams. Next, let's sew the neckline of the back pieces. Simply place both pieces right side to right side, sandwiching the bustier top and pin the back neckline in place. Once everything is pinned in place, you can now sew the back neckline according to your sewing allowance. And there you go. Now everything is assembled. I am just going to give the side seams a press and we are done. Et voila! So this is my Origami Bustier top mock-up. These are the front angles. And these are the side angles. I hope this tutorial gave you enough tips on how to create the Origami Bustier top. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to comment down below. And if you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. And if you super like this video, please give me a super thanks. And if you are not subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, Modéliste, make it sure to hit that subscribe button and I will see you guys again on the next tutorial. A bientôt!